Hello guys, welcome back to LR Anime. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of BTTH the Flame Emperor episode number 195 based on novel. So let's start. So strong. At this time, as Xuanmu's subordinates attacked, all of Mu Qinyuan's 6 hearts suddenly flashed a little bit of vigilance. The 6 of them were already covered with scars at this time. If Mu Qinyuan hadn't displayed a powerful attack in the end, he would have wounded the Wolf Dragon, one of the 2 8-star Do Emperor early powerhouses, and lost his fighting power. I'm afraid their end would have been extremely bleak. However, Mu Qinyuan's body was also full of scars. Eldest brother, this is not the way to go. Although the formation is powerful, the power of the 6 of us is limited. Facing such a tyrannical attack from them, we may not be able to sustain it for long. Huang Kong on the side couldn't help asking. Now, I can only say that I am looking forward to that guy Du and you. After Mu Qinyuan finished speaking, there was a burst of dazzling aura. When the other 5 saw this, they couldn't help but nod their heads. If it came to the final crisis, they would sacrifice their lives without hesitation. Boom! A burst of dazzling energy of life tilted above the formation like spring water. At that time, the dazzling light formation formed by the power of 6 people showed signs of being broken. Looking at this appearance, it was obviously supportive. Soon. Mu Qinyuan, death is imminent, I see who can save you this time. And Xuanmu watched the 2 attacks vigilantly. Xuanmu's strength is extremely weak. After all, this guy put all his thoughts on power, so his cultivation of strength has also fallen. Now it is only the initial stage of the 6-star Do Emperor, but this does not affect his influence at all. Junior brother Xiao Yan, that's my brothers. Please save them. At this moment, in a very hidden place outside the open space, Duanyu felt uncomfortable, and then said with worry in his eyes. There are a lot of powerhouses here. Xiao Yang naturally would not stand by and watch, but the powerhouses here were beyond Xiao Yang's expectations, so Xiao Yang couldn't help but say, I greater than I. A powerhouse in the early stage of the 8-star Do Emperor, Xiao Yang did not say that he was defeated, but he was barely able to fight. But in addition to the powerhouse in the early stage of the 8-star Do Emperor, there were also many powerhouses who were complete with the 7-star Do Emperor. The toughest. According to Xiao Yang's perception, it is naturally not difficult to see that the strength of the 6 people in front of them is already negligible, and they are blocked by the last formation. If this formation is broken, I am afraid. Du and you, I'll take action in a while, and you will immediately take all the brothers away. I have my own way to escape. Xiao Yang thought for a while and said, No, there are too many strong people here, we don't worry about leaving you alone. Senior brothers, they still have the strength to fight and can help you. Du and Yu shook his head and said, After all, the first place in the Funxiang Pavilion, there is no reason to abandon the same sect. Trust me, I have my own way to escape. You guys are seriously injured right now, just being here will only hinder me. Xiao Yang said. Yes. Following Xiao Yang's words, Du and Yu suddenly agreed quietly. This time, the 7 of us were attacked by the Xianling royal family, so everything depends on the younger brother. After Du and Yu finished speaking, he suddenly clasped his fists towards Xiao Yang and said, Don't worry, these people will be buried with senior brother Yintong. Xiao Yang said softly, but his words were full of killing intent. Catcher, catcher. While Xiao Yang and Du and Yu were talking, the aura of the 6 people around the dry well was stagnant, and it was obvious that they had reached the point where the lamp was running out of oil. No, this formation is about to break. Huang Kong, when the formation is broken, you will take the 4 of them away, and I will stay and stop them. Mu Qinyuan's face became pale, and he said weakly. So far, he can only try his best to leave blood for the Temple of Heaven. Otherwise this time the 7 people in the Heavenly Palace will be destroyed under their leadership. As the senior brother of the entire Heavenly Temple, he absolutely must fight for the opportunity for them to escape, even if he sacrifices himself, or even blew himself up. Do not. Senior brother, we are both prosperous and we will never run away. Luan Yu's face was not very good looking, but he still said stubbornly. This is an order. Mu Qinyuan naturally knew that his younger brothers and sisters would not agree so easily, so he had to forcefully support him. Don't worry, none of you can escape. While Mu Qinyuan and everyone were talking, Xuanmu said with a smile. With a sound, the light formation shattered instantly, and Mu Qinyuan, who was above him, also spewed out a mouthful of blood. Obviously, the formation of this formation had a great impact on him. Go ahead, capture these 6 people alive for me. Just when the light formation was broken, Xuanmu snorted suddenly, and the wolf heads of the 8-star Do Emperor's initial strength immediately attacked directly with several 7-star Do Emperor complete powerhouses. As for the other powerhouses, they are guarding Xuanmu. After all, Xuanmu is also afraid of pushing this group of people in a hurry, and they will blow themselves up. It is said that you, Mu Qianyuan, are a rare genius in the Funxiang Pavilion Heavenly Palace. Although they are a lot worse than Yintong, they are also an excellent seedling. When I capture you, I will let you know and provoke the fate of our Xianling royal family, abolish vindictiveness, and then let Fen Tian come over to lead people. Xian Mu said with a gloomy smile. The gloomy scroll in his hand became more and more strange. Boy, suffer. The wolf head bore the brunt, and as expected, the 8-star Do Emperor suddenly rushed out, and then slapped Mu Qianyuan and the other 6 with his palm. This palm is extremely terrifying. If the 6 people were in their prime, anyone would be able to resist, but now the 6 people have less than 1 breath in 10, this attack is tantamount to extinction for them. Let's go. A burst of vitality emerged in Mu Qianyuan's hands, and then he directly pushed the 5 black people around him out for dozens of meters, while his body, without any cover, gently slammed into the devastating blow of the wolf's head. This Mu Qianyuan clearly wanted to use his life to resist this blow in exchange for the lives of the other 5 junior brothers. Eldest brother. Upon seeing this, no one of the 5 thought about running away, and in their minds echoed in their minds how the elder brother treated them in the past. Elder brother, I'm sorry. But our burning incense pavilion has never taught us to abandon our companions. And Huang Kong also brought the 5 people back directly to Mu Qianyuan, and a wave of indifference emerged. Hey, you guys. Seeing this, Mu Qianyuan couldn't help but smile, but that smile became a little illusory, and even his breath was a little burning. No, he's going to blow himself up. And the wolf head bears the brunt. Seeing Mu Qianyuan's actions, he hurried back. The self-destruction of the 7-star Do Emperor's complete powerhouse, if one fails, I am afraid that he will be severely injured or even fall in an instant, so the wolf head and several people also have the intention of retreating. Senior brother, leave it to me next. Just when Mu Qianyuan's body was burning with abnormal agitation, he was suddenly enveloped by a gentle force and then quieted down. Who? Get out. Xuanmu spoke slowly after feeling the breath for the first time, his voice full of vigilance. Yi Wang Yi, who took your life. And just after stabilizing the vindictiveness in the body of Mu Qianyuan, the elder brother of the Tiandian temple, that mysterious figure also appeared. The man carried a huge heavy ruler on his back, and his body exuded an extremely weak aura, as if he were an ordinary person. But it was this increasingly dull atmosphere that gave the wolf-headed crowd a dignified sense of crisis. Hulala. He lifted it up, and the wolf head's seemingly terrifying attack was slowly resolved by it. Duan Yu? Didn't I tell you not to come back? Why are you? And Mu Qianyuan didn't know who it was, but he saw Duan Yu beside him and said, Eldest brother, this guy is also a disciple of our Funxiang Pavilion. I was rescued by him. Duan Yu could only believe that Xiao Yang had the power to turn the tide. What? As soon as these words came out, not only Mu Qianyuan was shocked, but even Xuanmu was shocked. The 2 guys who went to hunt down Duan Yu were not weak, so Mu Qianyuan was naturally quite surprised by Xiao Yang. Who is he? Mu Qianyuan asked, forcing the weakness in his body. Xiao Yang, a disciple of the human palace. Duan Yu said solemnly. Duan Yu, this person's disciple Xiao Yang has the most potential to become like senior brother Yintong. How could you let him die? If anything happens, I'm afraid it will be a huge loss to our Funxiang Pavilion. Mu Qianyuan said weakly. As for Xiao Yang's talent and strength, how could he have to admire even this arrogant man? I told him about the strength of the strong here, and he should have a good grasp of it. At this time, Yu was also speechless. He knew that Mu Qianyuan had the kindness of the Funxiang Pavilion. Hopefully, if something goes wrong, you all leave immediately. At this time, Mu Qianyuan still said. On the other side, Xuanmu's face was extremely ugly. The man with a heavy ruler in front of him was naturally Xiao Yang. Back then, in the auction house of the Xianling royal family, I accidentally fought for a piece of residual picture. I thought there was some secret, but it turned out to be a waste picture. Xian Mu said softly. Oh. When Xiao Yang heard the words, there was a slight smile on the corner of his mouth. This Xuanmu did not mention that he had forgotten that the mysterious remnant picture in the auction room seemed to be taken by the Xuanmu in front of him. I was going to take it back, but I forgot. It's okay, didn't this take the initiative to send it back to me? Xiao Yang said with a smile. It looks like you have settled for us. Xian Mu naturally heard of some of Xiao Yang's secrets, and naturally did not dare to take Xiao Yang lightly. A 8-star Do Emperor in the early stage and all the 7-star Do Emperor are consummated, not to mention the other powerhouses in the late stage 7-star Do Emperor, a good lineup. Xiao Yang said with a smile. Xiao Yang, I know you are famous in the Burning Incense Pavilion, but this is not the Burning Incense Pavilion. Today, you all have to sit here. Langtu, the other 7 people in the Heavenly Palace are exhausted. Don't worry, kill him for me, Xuanmu shouted, his voice full of danger. This Xiao Yang's current level of danger is far more than a few people in the Heavenly Palace. If nothing else, Xiao Yang's cultivation of the hall's treasure in the Hall of Adults is enough to be terrifying. It's almost there. Xiao Yang smiled slowly, and then the core inscription of the divine movement in the depths of the Nigong Wn suddenly became restless, and an incomparably huge spiritual force was engraved into a formation, which burst out instantly. It's not right, it's strange. The next moment, the wolf's head just exploded, and he suddenly realized that something was wrong around him. Giant array of fairy silk and vines. The next moment, Xiao Yang exclaimed, and then the dazzling spiritual power turned into an incomparably gigantic array of light, shrouding everyone in it. Damn. It's actually a formation, it's a trick. Xuanmu snorted coldly, then stared vigilantly around him. Although this place is still at the entrance of the seal of the ghost world, it has already been shrouded in Xiao Yang's formation. Fortunately, I kept my hand before. Xiao Yang smiled as he looked at the crowd trapped in his formation. It turns out that this just talked to me, just to delay the time. Xuanmu said coldly. Langtu, how long will it take to break this formation? Xuanmu asked again. Although this formation is tyrannical, the strength of the person who motivates the formation is too weak. 1 minute is enough. Langtu said with a smile. 1 minute is enough to leave you here completely. Xiao Yang laughed instead, and the ancient ruler of eternal fire on the palm of his hand was extraordinarily dazzling. After a while, the khaki-yellow holy flame directly replaced the emperor's flame. The temperature in this place shrouded by ghosts has risen. It's actually holy flame. Xiao Yang's dazzling flames just appeared, and many people suddenly exclaimed. They all knew the horror of holy flame, although they didn't dare to take it lightly. I thought I had some extraordinary ability, but it turned out to be holy flame. Xuanmu said disdainfully, but winked at the wolf's head. Xuanmu, take me a blow. Sky-shattering ruler. And Xiao Yang also knew that time waits for no one, so he directly attacked Yuanmu, who was shrouded in the formation. If you want to hurt the third prince, you must pass me first. Xiao Yang's hand of the ancient ruler of the ancient flames of fire was shining brightly and hit Xuanmu in a blink of an eye. The strong man directly volunteered to resist the attack. Get in the way, give me a bundle. Xiao Yang naturally felt an extremely tyrannical pressure in the face of as many as 3 7-star Do D perfected powerhouses. Xiao Yang is even more favorable. Boom. The 3 7-star Do Emperor perfection level powerhouses didn't know what was going on, and they were suddenly flooded out by extremely huge wooden vines in the formation, so that the 3 had to take care of themselves and have no time to clone Xuanmu. Xuanmu, this time, I don't think you will die. And Xiao Yang watched the 3 7-star Do Emperor complete powerhouses being resisted by Mu Teng, and naturally did not pay attention to the other powerhouses in the late stage of 7-star Do Emperor. Death. Xiao Yang's hand of the Henghuaheng Jiuji suddenly moved down, and an extremely strong flame of the ruler was shocked directly into the formation, and then attacked the mysterious wood at a speed like thunder and lightning. You underestimate me too much. As Xuanmu watched Xiao Yang's powerful attack, his initial fear turned into a gloomy smile. After finishing speaking, the scroll in Xuanmu's hand that exuded a monstrous ghostly energy suddenly opened slowly, and at the same time, one after another, the ghosts suddenly emerged from it. Countless unjust souls collided directly with Xiao Yang's attack, and then monstrous ripples erupted in the formation, which surprised everyone around Xuanmu. And Mu Tinyuan's face was ugly after seeing the scroll in Xuanmu's hand released. This is the power of the unjust soul that destroys the entrance to the seal. This is troublesome. Xiao Yang, you can't think of it. At this time, Xuanmu's whole body was wrapped in hundreds of thousands of grievances, and the grievances were constantly attached to his body, making bursts of extremely mourning sounds, which looked extremely eerie. Humph. It seems that your Xianling royal family and the ghost realm have a lot of collusion. Xiao Yang's huge holy flame power was easily blocked by the unjust spirit, but with his soul power, Xiao Yang was naturally aware of the tyrannical spirit in the unjust soul. Then said coldly, according to Xiao Yang's estimation, an attack of that level is probably one of the best among the powerhouses in the ghost world. That's not what you need to worry about. Go to hell. A wild laughter suddenly sounded from Xuanmu's mouth, and then the dazzling ghost on his body attacked Xiao Yang directly. Hearing the words, countless unjust souls shook suddenly, and then bursts of tyrannical and gloomy ghosts shot towards Xiao Yang. Crash! After a while, the ghosts of countless unjust souls formed a hideous grimace directly in the formation. The breath was extremely gloomy and cold. The grimace opened its mouth and attacked Xiao Yang directly. This attack is so powerful. No, we must take action, otherwise Xiao Yang will definitely have an accident. As soon as Mu Qianyuan saw this scene, his face suddenly became solemn. He knew the horror of this attack, and this attack was probably given to them by the ghosts of the ghost world. The means, for the current Xiao Yang, too strong. Do it. Mu Qianyuan was also well aware of the tyranny of Xuanmu's attack at this time, so he didn't hesitate and said, forcibly supporting the injury in his body. Senior brother, your injury. Seeing this, the other 6 senior brothers all wanted to stop the road. After all, the senior brother was exhausted by trying to injure the 8-star Do D strong before, not to mention the fact that he was urging the formation later. Law, if it is forcibly overdrawn, I am afraid there will be sequelae. Eldest brother, just watch it slowly. Return all the scars that this guy has caused to you. Xiao Yang naturally noticed this, and hurriedly said to his senior brother Mu Qianyuan. After all, the 7 of them were already very weak at this time. Xiao Yang, you have to be careful. This is a unique attack in the ghost world. If you are hit by it, your soul will be directly injured. The kind of wounds that cannot be healed, but they will hinder your future cultivation. Mu Qianyuan said solemnly. Soul power. No wonder there is a feeling. And Xiao Yang watched the huge grimace attack him. The soul stone in the soul realm in his body suddenly moved, and a strong thirst for war emerged in his heart. These guys, attacking with this level of soul power, for Xiao Yang, whose soul power has reached the Emperor's heaven level, is tantamount to hitting a stone with an egg. The soul eater in Xiao Yang said something. It's good to come. Xiao Yang looked at the hideous grimace, his face suddenly changed, the soul stone flickered out of his hand, and an extremely dazzling soul force emerged directly from it, and then directly slammed up like raindrops. Boom! The ghost face and Xiao Yang's dazzling soul power just hit, and the monstrous ripples scattered directly into the formation. The formation is about to be broken. I don't know who said it, and then Xiao Yang's seemingly powerful formation was crushed by the pressure of 2 forces and the crack of the wolf's head. Damn! How could this guy resist such a powerful attack? The dust dissipated, Xuanmu's face darkened, looking at the spotless Xiao Yang, frowning. The ghost chi scroll just now was quite expensive. According to King Shenling, it was enough to truly kill an 8-star Do Emperor level powerhouse. If it wasn't for Xuanmu's inability, he probably wouldn't have come up with such a precious thing. Xuanmu, die. Xiao Yang said slowly. Die. It's ridiculous, with so many people here, I'm afraid it's you who will die. Langtu, kill him for me this time. After Xuanmu finished speaking, he stepped back directly behind the other strong men. And as Xuanmu finished speaking, a rather vicious figure behind him also slowly appeared in front of Xiao Yang. Wolf Head, a powerhouse in the early stage of the 8-star Do D. Xiao Yang took the soul stone from his hand and looked at the murderous wolf head in front of him with bright eyes. The wolf head has a rather rough figure, but on his cheeks, he is full of murderous aura that is hard to detect by ordinary people. Xiao Yang, a good name. I heard that you are the strongest in the entire burning incense pavilion today. Hope you don't let me down. Wolf 2 took a step slowly, then smiled. You too, I hope you don't let me down. Xiao Yang also laughed. As soon as the laughter fell, the 2 figures flashed with lightning, and they attacked together directly. Boom! Xiao Yang's Yihuaheng Jiuji directly hit the wolf's head, but a terrifying spear condensed by the force of life appeared on the chest of the wolf's head, which directly blocked Xiao Yang's seemingly terrifying attack. It's not over yet. Xiao Yang suddenly smiled at the corner of his mouth at this time, and then the ancient eternal fire ruler slanted directly and slashed at it. Not good. But Langtu was extremely surprised when he saw Xiao Yang's move, and secretly exclaimed, "Catcher!" The energy spear fell to the ground instantly, and the blade of the wolf's head was also caused by Xiao Yang's ancient ruler, which produced some tiny bloodstains. It was obviously hit by Xiao Yang's attack. I can't see a sect kid with such a deep mind. The wolf head was shocked, licked the blood on the blade of his hand, and laughed. As for the attack just now, according to normal circumstances, there would not be any room for maneuver, and the wolf head was considered an old river and lake, so he almost succumbed to it. Then next I will give you a good feeling. What is the pride of an 8-star Do D powerhouse? You all stand back. this Xiao Yang, I will kill him with my own hands. The wolf head's voice suddenly filled with wildness. It seems that this guy is often in the fight, but your underestimation of the enemy will be your biggest flaw. Xiao Yang said slowly in his heart, and then his eyes became vigilant. Without the participation of other powerhouses, a powerhouse in the early stage of the 8-star Dodi, for Xiao Yang, can give it a try. Moreover, Xiao Yang is also very much looking forward to the extent to which his strength has grown after he came out of the Jiayue ruins and separated from his uncle, the Golden Dragon King. Wolf Head, this guy is handed over to you, regardless of life or death. We have to break this seal first. Xuanmu nodded when he heard the words of the Wolf Head, and then sealed the entrance to the ghost world behind Mu Tianyuan's 7 people. Array, swear to protect the entrance of the seal. Mu Tianyuan snorted coldly, and then got ready for battle. Kill me. Not a single one, Xuanmu said with a smile. Xuanmu's voice just fell, and suddenly a heavy object smashed directly in front of him. What? Xianmu couldn't help but glanced at him, and then the next moment, his eyes shrank tightly, and a fear filled his heart. The figure that suddenly appeared was the body of a wolf head. It's just that at this time, the body of the wolf head doesn't have any vitality. The wolf head is dead. Another 8-star Do Emperor powerhouse, Wolf Dragon, who was resting in the same place, said, Lang Tu and Lang Long have a deep friendship, and Lang Long naturally knows that in terms of strength of the two of them, Lang Tu is probably the better one. Dead. The other powerhouses of the Xianling royal family looked at the wolf head, which was as motionless as a dead dog, and his expressions changed drastically. The wolf head is the strongest among them, and the strongest in Xiao Yang's hands can't support it for a few rounds, so they can't help but want to retreat. After all, everyone is afraid of death. Little bastard. At this time, Xuanmu's face also turned ashen, extremely ugly. Because Xuanmu raised his head and looked at the place where the two were fighting tensely, there was only a thin figure looking at him with a smile. It seems that the strength of the 8-star Dodi in the early stage is not as strong as he imagined. Xiao Yang clapped his hands, then put away the ancient ruler of Yihuahang, and smiled at Xuanmu. You are courting death. Xuanmu shouted loudly, and then a terrifying strong wind in his palm attacked Xiao Yang directly. Xiao Yang waved his hand, and immediately broke Xuanmu's attack. How could it be? And Mu Tianyuan watched Xiao Yang completely behead the wolf's head in just a few breaths, and the corners of his mouth couldn't help but twitch. How did this wolf head die? In the early stage of the 7-star Do Emperor, killing the 8-star Do Emperor in the early stage, this is too perverted. Duan Yu looked at Xiao Yang, who was not far away, with a smile on his face, and a sense of emotion emerged. Soul power, flame. If it's not unexpected, the wolf head should have been severely wounded to death by the soul. Mu Tianyuan is indeed a senior brother, his eyes are extremely vicious, and he discovered something strange in a short period of time. Wolf Tu's eyes shrank tightly, obviously shocked when he died. This wolf head has some strength. Xiao Yang secretly rejoiced. Xiao Yang just used Huangquan Tianwu directly, and he never thought that he could instantly kill the wolf head directly, but Xiao Yang underestimated the soul power of his Emperor Realm Heavenly Great Perfection, and also overestimated the soul defense of the wolf head. Apart from pharmacists, I am afraid that very few people have in-depth research on soul power. In addition, Xiao Yang's current soul power is not what it used to be. With one blow of soul power, it is directly close to an instant kill. The wolf head achieved the effect of instant kill. However, this is also due to the fact that the wolf head did not defend against Xiao Yang's soul attack, otherwise Xiao Yang would definitely fall into a hard fight against the 8-star Do Emperor level powerhouse. This kill can be said to have a lot of luck in it. Give it to me. Xuanmu looked at the wolf head beside him without any vitality, and immediately became extremely angry, but more fearful. Go on. The other 7-star Do Emperor Consummation and the late 7-star Do Emperor's powerhouses were quite numerous, and there was an inexplicable and powerful pressure on Xiao Yang. Boom. The strong men attacked together directly, and then attacked Xiao Yang. A huge force of life force energy emerged and hit Xiao Yang in front of Xiao Yang without a trace. It's really annoying. Xiao Yang looked at so many strong men and said coldly, "The fire is coming." The next moment, Xiao Yang couldn't care so much. With a light sentence, a khaki flame suddenly appeared around the entrance to the seal of the ghost world, and the flame slowly wrapped everyone around. Good boy, this thing tastes a bit like a realm. Seeing this, Mu Tianyuan, who was beside him, naturally laughed. Run. Looking at the space surrounded by holy flames, Xuanmu suddenly felt that if he stayed here, he would really die. Then Xuanmu didn't dare to stay, he took the wolf dragon and ran away all around. Hee, your masters are running away from you, and it's ridiculous that you are so desperate for others. Xiao Yang looked at Xuanmu, whose speed was soaring, and did not rush to chase, but said to the remaining strong men, "Damn it. We worked hard for others, and finally lost our own lives. It's not worth it. I'm quitting." Some of the strong men of the Xianling royal family naturally nodded secretly when they heard what Xiao Yang said. "Let's go." After a few breaths, those 7-star Do Emperor consummation powerhouses actually left here. Xiao Yang did not deliberately stop it. After all, Xiao Yang knew that so many 7-star Do Emperor consummation and late-stage 7-star Do Emperor powerhouses, if they really fought, would only be detrimental to his side, so he just said this. "Junior brother Xiao Yang, thank you." And Mu Tianyuan looked at Xiao Yang so calmly scare away everyone in the Xianling royal family, his eyes flashed with gratitude. "Elder brother, you're welcome. But the little one can run, but Xuanmu must be killed." In the next instant, Xiao Yang's eyes became fierce. "Senior brother, you are here to regulate your breath. I have already set up a formation. I will come when I go," Xiao Yang said with a smile. This guy is a ruthless man. When the other Heavenly Temple disciples heard this, they also showed a wave of awe towards Xiao Yang. Okay. Mu Tianyuan naturally knew the grievances of the Xianling royal family in the Funxiang Pavilion, so he had already hated the people of the Xianling royal family. A little bit. Damn Xiao Yang, it's bad for me. This time, when I go back, my father must send a more powerful person. When I catch this kid, I must let this kid survive and die. Xuanmu, who had just escaped from the seal at the entrance to the ghost world, said resentfully. "Third prince, let's go." I was seriously injured by Mu Tianyuan. At this time, I was at the end of my force. If Xiao Yang came after him, I'm afraid. There was a trace of fear on the wolf dragon's face. It was obvious that he was still extremely afraid of death. Well, Xuanmu heard the words, the speed was soaring, and he left here with the wolf head. What? Just when Xuanmu's figure just got up, a flame figure slowly blocked the way for the two of them. The king of hell is asking for his life. The flame figure turned his back to the two of them, but just said something lightly. Xiao Yang. Xuanmu also discovered the identity of the flame figure for the first time. "I will reward you with a death experience." The flame figure slowly turned around, and then on the corner of his mouth, he smiled at Xuanmu, and the smile was full of danger. Run. Langlong knew that he was already a waste at this time, and with Xuanmu's strength in the early stage of the 6-star Do Di, I'm afraid he would be powerless in front of Xiao Yang. Xiao Yang looked at the two fleeing quickly, but did not chase after them, but slowly gathered the power of holy flame in his body. After a while, a dazzling attack brewed. "One finger in the sky, call the sky." Xiao Yang's voice was like death, echoing in the ears of the two Xuanmu. Boom. As soon as Xiao Yang's voice fell, a dazzling finger light nearly 100 feet in size suddenly appeared at the tip of his finger, and then cut through the space and hit Xuanmu viciously. Xuanmu received this heavy blow, and a mouthful of blood spewed out directly. Then, his body flew in mid-air and fell suddenly, and his vitality was quickly lost under the power of the sky's finger. "Three princes," Wolf Dragon shouted while forcibly supporting the severe pain from his body. But no matter how the Wolf Dragon roared, the Xuanmu still didn't move at all, like a dead thing that had lost all its aura. This is also a helpless thing. After all, Xiao Yang's attack is not a joke. The strength of the 7-star Do Emperor in the early stage uses the holy flame to drive the attack, and attacking a 6-star Do Emperor early stage without any defense naturally can easily achieve instant kill. Die. Xiao Yang looked at the rapidly falling Xuanmu. Naturally, he knew that this guy was close to death under his own attack, but Xiao Yang was obviously a guy who did things without leaving behind. The Hungu ruler suddenly lifted up, and a huge ruler appeared directly, and with another blow, the mysterious wood was completely dead. "Xiao Yang, you are killing the third prince of the Xianling royal family now, you will die." Langlong watched Xuanmu so easily killed by Xiao Yang, and his body was extremely frightened. Hee, don't worry, you can't run away either. Xiao Yang dealt with Xuanmu, and an attack was attacking the wolf dragon. Then let's die together. And the wolf dragon watched Xiao Yang attack him, a smile appeared on his face, and then he exploded. He knew clearly that this Xiao Yang was definitely not an ordinary sect disciple, and he was probably more ruthless than himself. Boom. The dazzling power of flames formed a splendid hurricane over this mountain forest. What a terrifying attack. This attack, I'm afraid the wolf dragon blew itself up. At the seal at the entrance to the ghost world, Mu Qinyuan couldn't help but said looking at the gorgeous energy storm. It seems that this time we all underestimated this guy. I hope this sect competition will make us shine. And Duan Yu was also pleased. Speaking of the sect competition, it should start soon. No, you must go back quickly. Mu Tianyuan seemed to have thought of something and said. After speaking, everyone was recovering from their injuries, waiting for Xiao Yang to return. 8-star Do D strong is really terrifying. Xiao Yang appeared in another place, carrying the dead Xuanmu in his hand, and said slowly. The self-destruction of the wolf dragon just now, if Xiao Yang hadn't run fast, he might have caused a lot of damage to himself. 3 dignified princes, I don't even have a ring, so buckle it. Xiao Yang scoured Xuanmu's body, but he didn't see anything of value. By the way, what about the residual picture? Xiao Yang remembered what Xuanmu had just said, and immediately opened his mouth. If Xuanmu had not just exposed the news of the remnant map, I am afraid that Xiao Yang would not have killed it. After all, the remnant map is extremely valuable and cannot fall into the hands of others. Xiao Yang turned over Xuanmu's body hard, and after a while, he discovered the mysterious residual picture. The remnant picture seems to be extremely tattered, without any strange aura, but Xiao Yang remembers it clearly. His uncle, the Golden Dragon King, has praised it very well, so it is definitely not an ordinary thing. Forget it, we'll talk about it when we go back. If such a huge movement disturbs the powerhouse next to him, it will be difficult to handle. Xiao Yang put away the remnants of the picture, and then a cloud of khaki holy flames emerged, directly facing the burning away with the mysterious wood body. If the grass is cut without removing its roots, it will grow again when the spring breeze blows. Just when Xiao Yang's holy flames power wrapped around Xuanmu's body and was about to burn, a ghostly aura suddenly burst out from his body. Sure enough, there is a lot of collusion with the ghost world. But this ghostly spirit is useless to me. Disappear completely. After Xiao Yang finished speaking, the power of holy flame emerged, and then the body of Xuanmu slowly starved into ashes, leaving no trace behind. After Xiao Yang finished all of this, he went back to meet with senior brother and the others. In the distant royal family of Xianling, King Xianling was furious at this moment. Catcher. King Xianling had just arrived in the secret room where the soul cards were enshrined, and suddenly Xuanmu, including the soul cards of the 3 strong men, Wolf Head Wolf Dragon, shattered. How is this going? I need an explanation. King Xianling roared directly at the person guarding the soul card, but at this moment King Xianling was filled with an aura, which was extremely strange. My king, this may be a problem in a certain link, The old man known as Hua Rongzi felt bitter in his heart. Before Qi Haoran's soul card was broken, his life was in jeopardy, and now the most favored third prince is like this, I'm afraid. My king, the third prince and the wolf-headed wolf dragon went to the entrance to the ghost realm in the Forest of Death to seal the entrance. The 2 8-star fighting emperors were escorting them. There should be no mistakes. I'm afraid there is something wrong with this soul card. Wenzi also pretended not to understand and said, hopefully nothing, if he has something. King Xianling cast a vicious glance at Hua Rongzi, snorted coldly, and disappeared here. The soul card is broken, I'm afraid it has fallen. Isn't this King Xuanling's IQ not online? Hua Rongzi looked at the departing King Xianling and Wenzi, not knowing why, but Wenzi would intercede for him like this, which Hua Rongzi did not expect of. Oh, don't worry, the Xianling royal family has been in a state of panic recently. I'm afraid I have to go out to avoid the limelight. After Hua Rongzi finished speaking, she said directly to someone with confidence, apparently planning to leave. Senior brother, are you all right? And at the seal at the entrance to the ghost realm of the Forest of Death, Xiao Yang returned here and asked immediately after seeing that the injuries of the 7 people in the Heavenly Palace had recovered. We're fine. By the way, junior brother, aren't you going to participate in the sect competition? Why are you here? Mu Tianyuan asked. I sent a friend who happened to pass by here. Speaking of the sect competition, we just need to use the teleportation array here to go back. Hehe, I don't know if it's too late. Xiao Yang said with a grin. But now, no one dares to underestimate this junior brother. The mighty 8-star Do D early stage powerhouse just now all fell in his hands. Although there are many elements of luck and hunger, luck is also a kind of strength. Calculate the time, it should be too late. Let's go. Mu Tianyuan said, and then took everyone to prepare to leave. What should we do if we leave this seal? Xiao Yang couldn't help but ask. This seal has been loosened now, I am afraid that only after we go back, let the elders of the sect come over. Duan Yu said. After all, at this time, everyone was running out of lights, so they could only go back the same way. Then let's go. Using the teleportation array, You can return to the pavilion in a few hours. Mu Tianyuan smiled, obviously quite satisfied with Xiao Yang, his junior brother. With him, this sect competition will probably be extremely lively. Everyone supported each other and slowly moved towards the teleportation formation in another place, and the sect competition also had 3 days before it officially started. Xiao Yang, you can't think of it, all of your actions have been seen by me. When I tell my king, none of you will survive. And Xiao Yang and his group just disappeared, and suddenly on the ground, a figure of the Xianling royal family slowly climbed up. The breath is extremely weak, but there is still a breath. This video will end here.